Hello, I'm Lucy Lindsay, and I'm presenting you my fourth blog concerning exfoliation. Exfoliation is, in my opinion, one of the most important aspects of beautiful skin and skincare. I wanted to go over a couple of things with you that I presented to you prior to this. You know, as I do these blogs, I mentioned in the very first blog that I am not professional. I'm not having anyone help me with this. I did have a girl a beautiful girl, help me edit, and we did do that on a couple of them. But basically, I'm doing this on my own. So everything I say, sometimes I bumble and fumble around and I don't say everything perfectly, and it may not be exactly how I want to portray the communication with you. I mentioned vitamin C in my last blog. I talked about that, which is another aspect that is so important of a regime, a healthy regime, skin regime. And I mentioned something about vitamin C when you ingest vitamin C, and there's a lot of talk about how vitamin C does not help immune systems and colds and that sort of thing. And as I have read this over the years, it's changed, and so many things do change. That's the, coffee's good for you. Sometimes coffee's not good for you. Hormones are good for you. They're not good for you. Everything is not for everybody. Everybody is different. It reacts differently, and there's just so many different aspects when we speak about things that you personally have to take responsibility for with your body, and how these vitamins, skincare, whatever it is, it has to work for you. And so as I lay these things out for you, and I've done hours and hours of research, and I literally have, again, I told you that I've been doing this for 40 years, it still is going to need to be tweaked. So I give you the basic of what we're doing, and then I go over the possibilities, what you need to do, and how it would work. So on the vitamin C last time, I mentioned that it does help, highly help the immune system, and it makes the cells healthy. So I do believe that. I think now the studies are that when you take vitamin C internally, that once you get a cold, it seems to speed the healing up. So I don't know. I think that vitamin C ingesting is obviously very healthy. I've personally done it years and can see a difference for me in the cold season when it's damp and wet, that I don't get sick as often. I am healthier. So I wanted just to say that and to let you understand, all of you girls, all my friends and clients, that as I talk about these things, the standard can be a little different as we go for each of you. But what I try to do is give you a very broad understanding of what works overall. I get into this because today we're going to talk about exfoliation. And as you read articles and you pick up magazines and I mean, the phone is, all of our information now is right there at our fingertips, you will read that exfoliation can be too much. Is exfoliation too much? Can you overdo exfoliation? I will tell you, of course you can. My program is a big factor in my program is exfoliation. However, over the years, I have developed what I feel like now is an excellent exfoliant. It is very exfoliating. It's very grainy. And yet I have made and worked to create an exfoliant that is very moisturizing. I think that is the key. You must have a balance of exfoliation to take and moisturize to put in. You must feed the tissue as much as you take away. We talked about the vitamin C last time with the tree and the bark on the tree. That's just such a good visual that I have learned over the years to use. We all need a visual. I know I do, to understand really what the meaning of what we're talking about. But so when you get the bark off the tree, how smooth and slick the tree is. Well, we could turn that around and say you've stripped the tree. The tree is too out there. You're going to hurt the tree. You're banishing it from its protection. And I understand that. That is exactly correct. So what I have done is I have developed this exfoliant, and I have actually 2 exfoliants that I use and that I recommend. So we're going to find that balance. So when you order from LucyLindsayBeauty.com, you receive, I'm going to get this card out, you receive a thank you note. And it talks about thank you so much for your business. And of course, I truly mean that. I'm so humble that people trust me enough, and I take it very, very seriously. As all of you know, I'm like a fanatic, but I'm very serious about what I do. So on the back, though, as on my website, it talks about basically what to do AM PM with my products, because my regime is different. I don't overload you with product. It's very specific. We rotate you on ingredients. I want different ingredients in the tissue at different times. So when I talk about exfoliation, my key, I feel like the best time to exfoliate is to freshen the skin in the morning. So that's what we do. I basically give you an exfoliation to do in the shower, but a lot of you don't take a shower in the morning, so obviously you're going to do it at the sink, and that's fine. Or of course you can do it at night. Depending on, let's say you're going to do a mask. A beautiful treatment is to cleanse and tone at night, to put a mask on. I have several. We'll go over that in the future. I have my charcoal, my arnica. I have a seaweed that's a beautiful mask for a combination oily skin. That would be a perfect time after exfoliation to use a mask. That's great. Let it absorb, rinse it, or on my moisturizing masks like my charcoal, my arnica, you can go to bed and you can sleep in that mask. Put the eye cream on with it, and then retire for the night. Everything is can be a little bit different, a little bit tweaked. You have to use your common sense. Think about, how does this feel? Well, I liked it better in the morning. I liked it better at night. My skin looked more beautiful for a special occasion. All of it can be changed, can be altered. But basically, I give you an outline to follow. This comes with your order. I usually put it in there every single time. Some of you order much faster than others, and so sometimes I might not put it in every single time, but normally you will get this. I think it's very important. Instructions are very important for me, because I need instructions when I go to the physician or I go to the dentist after the treatment. I need to know what to do. So, all right. The 2 exfoliants I have, of course, are my walnut mint and my bamboo cream peel. I'll start with the bamboo cream peel. Bamboo cream peel is from my company that I've carried, as I've said, for 30 years, CA Botana. Beautiful company, truly organic. This is a very creamy, rich exfoliant. It has a little bit more texture, a little bit more of a paste feel. As you use it and you work it in and work it in, especially if you want to do once a week where you really do a treatment where you're exfoliating and you continue to exfoliate and exfoliate, it actually will become flaky and it will dry on the skin, and you want to always hold the skin. Don't stretch the skin. I'm going to go over a couple of these things in a minute about what not to do. So, but you're going to go over it, and it will dry, and then you can really feel tissue coming off and using this. A very popular product. This is a 1 ounce. It will last, if you use it, 3 or 4 times a week, it's going to last about a month. And the cost on this, I believe I've got this at $28. So it's a beautiful product. It's a big favorite. I've sold it for years. my walnut mint. This is the product that I've really worked on to stabilize and to make where it is exfoliating and moisturizing. Again, as much as you take away, you must feed. You actually want to double the hydration of your exfoliation. So when you start my program, you're going to use my exfoliation a lot. You're going to peel, you're going to get all the tissue off. It may, I tell my clients that your skin is going to change, perhaps up to 6 months. If you're able to get facials from someone that is very talented and really knows what they're doing, it will really, really bump it up and make a difference. So I recommend using this product every day. That is why I have formulated it to be very, very moisturizing. It has shea butter in it. It has DMAE, which is a support to the deeper structure in the dermal area. It has many glycolics, enzymes. It is a combination of exactly what is needed with the correct pH to exfoliate and to hydrate. So I have changed the bottle. This is a brand new bottle. I'm very excited about it. You see it's in a pump. I did this because of shipping. I'm shipping out so much now to you girls that there was some problems with some leakage. It happens. And my focus is so much on the inside of the bottle, but it's very important the outside. So I'm very proud of this. I think that you'll like it. It will be easy to manipulate in the shower or at the sink to pump for the same amount, 4 ounces. It's completely different shape, but the amount of product is still the same at $24. So you get 4 ounces of walnut mint for $24. So a little bit better value because you're buying it directly from me. And that's, again, I tell everybody that you're basically getting my product wholesale. So I wanted to go over exfoliation. It is such an important role in your skincare. You must get off so that the tissue is readily available for your treatments. So I want to go over some things that you don't do. When you're using exfoliant, you want to, again, warm it up. You're going to use about a dime maximum. You're going to warm it up, pat it. Always remember to try to start from the hairline in. As girls, we try to just put it right in the middle. That's what we see, and that's usually the pores and the area that's a little bit more challenging, and we see aging more, or we see, like I said, a little bit more acne, the chin for you younger girls, cheek. So we want to start from the hairline in, pat it in. Don't go about right here when you first start. I do want you to exfoliate around the eye area, of course. Why would you want tissue to build up around the eyes? Now, are you going to rub and scrub the eyes? Of course not. You're not going to stretch. You're not going to pull. You're not going to push. You want to just really work the tissue. You just want to work in every area, really, really work, hold the eye and work. You don't want to let that tissue build up. The more the tissue builds up, the worse pores are, the more bacteria is grown, acne, rosacea, all of these issues. And so rosacea, obviously, that's a bacteria-driven problem. Redness, a severe rosacea comes off of the tissue, is pimply. It's severe. It's a bad problem. People that have really bad rosacea, it's terrible. And you may need to do medicine for that. You may need to do an antibiotic when the rosacea is at its worst point. So, those are things that you can contact me. There's contact on the website. I say that all the time. Message me, and I will certainly walk you through some of these things. Everybody's a little different. Every issue's a little different. So these products absolutely work, but we have to kind of give you guidelines of, well, you need to do this, or let's try this. And, we're going to bring in tea tree because it's antibacterial for you. So the things not to do with exfoliation, you want to just exfoliate. circular motions. You will feel both these products work on their own. They're very, very good. You don't want to push the skin. The skin is like a fabric. It's like a silk blouse. What a one layer of tissue looks like. It looks like a very thin, if you can visualize, a very thin, wavy piece of chiffon, see-through, just very, very see-through, gentle. So we get those layers off every week to keep the skin sheer, to keep the skin exercised, to keep the cells wanting to continue to be stimulated so that the skin remains healthy and vibrant, and it doesn't, look dead and built up. So yes, you can exfoliate too much, but I think the key is to have the right product and to be able to understand when we talk about too much exfoliation, what goes on also in the manipulation of the exfoliation. So no pushing in, no stretching the skin. Really hold the tissue. Don't move the skin around. So again, a lot of information, probably too much for some of you, and I apologize for that. But it's a little bit easier when you can see someone and understand what they're talking about than me, saying it over the phone or even the written word to understand, what we're doing. So I believe that's it for today, and I'm trying to, like I said, I go on and on, but I'm trying to keep them short. The next blog will be on serums. And I just felt like we would cleanse, we would tone, we would vitamin C. Now we're talking about exfoliation. And then we'll talk about the serums, which I have 2 or 3 serums. And then we will get into the extra things, the masks, which I don't even bring up until someone's really into my routine, my regime, so that you can really feed the tissue and you're on maintenance. But by the time you get into masking and doing some of these things over months, you're into maintenance. This is where you're kind of gliding through, steady Betty, that's what I call it, just like brushing your teeth. So, all right, well, it's getting cold in Dallas, Texas, which is where I live. It's a little cloudy today. I think it's going to rain tomorrow, so I wanted to get this done. But I hope everybody has a beautiful week, and I'm here for you, and let me know if I can help you in any way. This is Lucy Lindsay, and I'm 63. Bye-bye.